Chapter 29 is called Start with the Cursy and Finish with the Thread. Miggeryso's luck continued. On her first day on the job as a castle servant, she was sent to deliver a spool of red thread to the princess. "Mind," said the head of the serving staff, a dour woman named Louise. "She is royalty, so you must make sure that you curtsy." "How's that?" shouted Mig. "You must curtsy," shouted Louise. "Gore," said Mig. "Yes'm." She took the spool of thread from Louise and made her way up the golden stairs to the princess's room, talking to herself as she went. "Here I am, Mopsy Princess. Me, Miggeryso, seeing the princess up close and personal like. And first off, I must Cursy because she is royalty." At the door to the princess's room, Mig had a sudden crisis of confidence. She stood a moment, clutching the spool of thread and muttering to herself. "Now, how'd that go?" she said. "Give the princess the thread and then give her the Cursy? No. First the Cursy, then the thread. That's it. Gore. That's right. That's the order. Start with the Cursy and finish with the thread." She knocked at the princess's door. "Enter," said the P. Mig, hearing nothing, knocked again. "Enter," said the P. And Mig, still hearing nothing, knocked yet again. "Maybe," she said to herself, "the princess ain't no home." But then the door was flung wide, and there was the princess herself, staring right at Miggeryso. "Gore," said Mig, her mouth hanging open. "Hello," said the P. "Are you the new serving maid? Have you brought me my thread?" "Cursy, I must," shouted Mig. She gathered her skirts, dropped the spool of thread, stuck a foot out, and stepped on the spool, rocked back and forth for what seemed like quite a long time, both to the watching princess and the rocking Mig, and finally fell to the floor with a Miggish thud. "Whoopsie," said Miggeryso. The P could not help it. She laughed. "That's all right," she said to Mig, shaking her head. "It's the spirit of the thing that counts." "How's that?" shouted Mig. "It's the spirit of the thing that counts," shouted P. "Thank you, miss," said Mig. She got slowly to her feet. She looked at the princess. She looked down at the floor. "First the Cursy, then the thread," Mig muttered. "Pardon?" said the P. "Gore," said Mig, "the thread." She dropped to her hands and knees to locate the spool of thread. When she found it, she stood back up and offered it to P. "I brought you your thread, didn't I?" "Lovely," said the princess as she took the thread from Mig. "Thank you so much. I cannot seem to hold on to a spool of red thread. Every one I have disappears somehow." "Are you making a thing?" asked Mig, squinting at the cloth in the P's hand. "I am making a history of the world, my world," said the P. "In tapestry. See, here is my father, the king, and he is playing guitar because that is something he loves to do and does quite well. And here is my mother, the queen, and she is eating soup because she loved soup." "Soup? Gore, that's against the law." "Yes," said the princess. "My father outlawed it because my mother died while she was eating it." "Your ma's dead?" "Yes," said the P. "She died just last month." She bit her bottom lip to stop it from trembling. "Well, ain't that the thing?" said Mig. "My ma's dead too." "How old were you when she died?" "Bold was I?" said Mig, taking a step back from the princess. "Well, I'm sorry then." No, how old? How old were you?" shouted the P. "I was 6, said Mig. "I'm sorry," said the princess. She gave Mig a quick, deep look of sympathy. "How old are you now?" 12 years. "So am I," said the princess. "We're the same age." "What's your name?" she shouted. Miggeryso, but most just calls me Mig. And I saw you once before, princess. You passed me by on a little white horse. On my birthday it was, and I was in the field with Uncle's sheep, and it was sunset time." "Did I wave to you?" said the princess. "Huh?" "Did I wave?" shouted the princess. "Yeah," nodded Mig. "But you didn't wave back." I did, said Meg, only you didn't see. Someday I'll sit on a little white horse and wear a crown and wave. Someday, said Meg. And she put up a hand to touch her left ear. Someday I'll be a princess too. Really? Said the pea. And she gave Meg another quick, deep look, but said nothing else. When Meg finally made her way back down the golden stairs, Louise was waiting for her. How long, she roared, did it take you to deliver a spool of thread to the princess? Too long, guessed Meg. That's right, said Louise, and she gave Meg a good clout to the ear. You are not destined to be one of our star servants. That is already abundantly clear. No, ma'am, said Meg. That's all right, though, because I aim to be a princess. You, a princess? Don't make me laugh. This, reader, was a little joke on Louise's part, as she was not a person who laughed. Ever. Not even at a notion as ridiculous as Miggery So becoming a princess. And that's the end of the chapter. So we saw Miggery get to meet the princess on like her first day at the castle. And what did she tell her? That she wants to be a princess too. And what did we find out that they have in common? Yeah, both of their mothers have died. And also, they're the same age. They're both 12 years old. Wonder if that makes Miggery want to be a princess more, that she knows the princess is her same age. I wonder how Miggery thinks she's going to become a princess. I don't know, let's find out.